am RC Robbin. This is Avengers Baseball and MLB The Show. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. This is game number 113 out of a 162 game regular season with a created franchise, the actors of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, playing baseball against legends past and present. So this is the lineup. Let's get the show on the road. These are your starting lineups. I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I'll let the computer run the bases for me. I do play-by-play, so if you don't like the sound of my voice, not much I can do about it. Difficulty setting is set to All-Star. This is the fourth game in a four-game set at home against the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies have won 2 out of 3. I need to win this game to split this four-game set. Live here at Crosley Field, the Philadelphia Phillies visit the Hollywood Avengers for some Major League Baseball. Thank you for watching. On the mound is the ace of the pitching staff for the Avengers, Chris Hemsworth. In the MCU, he's known as Thor, Odin's son. He's 16-5 with a 2.47 earned run average. Leading off for the Phillies, center fielder Eric Davis hitting .326. He has 31 homers, 72 RBIs. 2 months of the season left. This is the first week in August. And he fouls off the first pitch of the ball game for strike one.
First pitch, 110.
And he drives it up the first base line past the diving attempt by Chadwick Boseman. And it gets past Drax the Destroyer, and it's going to easily be a double, if not a triple. No, he's going to pull up at second for a leadoff double. So that was a double number 26 by Eric Davis. Here's the replay. And no chance for Black Panther at first to grade his glove on that, and then Dave Bautista in right field lets it get past him. So next up is Ahmed Rosario, 285, 10 homers, 50 RBIs. And that is a line drive to left. There is the Winter Soldier. Bucky Barnes makes the catch, 1 away. Starting lineup for the Phillies, Eric Davis is in center, Ahmed Rosario is at short, Ted Williams is in left. First baseman is Willie Stargell. Chris Bryant is the third baseman. Second baseman is Ben Zobrist. The DH, Tommy La Stella. Michael Conforto's in right, and Francisco Cervelli is batting ninth and playing catcher. Splendid Splinter, Ted Williams, .350, a league-high 45 homers and 103 runs batted in, up with 1 out and a runner in scoring position. Inside corner, strike one. Thor, Odin's son, dropped the hammer. And it's a deep fly ball to center, but playable for War Machine. And that's out number 2. Don Cheadle makes the catch. No advance. Next up, first baseman Willie Stargell, 287, 34 homers, 87 RBIs. Again, runner at second, 2 away here in the top of the first. Looked low and inside, called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is 1 ball. Check that, 0-1. Split finger fastball in there. Count is 0-2. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. The end of a half inning of play. It's the Phillies, nothing. The Avengers coming to bat. Oh, yeah. On the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies is Charlie Morton. 6-9, 5.90 earned run average. Not a good season. Leading off for the Avengers is Anthony Mackie, hitting .307, 14 homers, 55 RBI. Switch hitter batting from the left side. He plays Sam Wilson in the MCU. And he fouls it upstairs behind home plate for strike one. Mackie is the new Captain America. If you didn't know that, you really need to catch up. Pitch is low. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Phillies are 4 games over 500. That's good enough for first place in the American League East. By comparison, the Avengers are 29 games over 500. Outside 2-1. They're 29 games over 500 and in second place in the National League West. 2 games behind the LA Dodgers. And he hits a fly ball deep into that right field corner, but there's a lot of real estate over there, and that's caught by Conforto for out number 2. Starting lineup for the Avengers, Anthony Mackie is at short, Tom Holland's at second, Chris Evans is behind home plate. The DH today is Mark Ruffalo. At first base is Chadwick Boseman. Right field is Dave Bautista, Benedict Cumberbatch at third, Don Cheadle at center, and batting ninth playing left, Sebastian Stan. Tom Holland, 365, 14 homers, 65 RBIs, steps up to the plate.
That's a ball.
Pitch is high, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
And he swings and misses over the top of the slider. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Tom Holland plays Spider-Man in the MCU, leads the team in hits. Curveball outside and low, 2 balls and 1 strike. And he rolls over down the third base line, foul. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the first, no score. Checks the swing, full count, 3-2. And it's a fly ball to center, playable for Eric Davis, and there are 2 outs. Next up, Chris Evans, the original Captain America, is hitting .318. He has 11 homers and 50 runs batted in. Fouls off the curveball, strike 1. Steve Rogers. And he pulls the cut fastball down the right field line. 2 quick strikes on Evans. Evans is catching today. Ball 1. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Freddie Ferguson is calling balls and strikes behind home plate. And that's a deep drive headed towards the right center field gap. And I think it's going to be off the wall. Rounding first and heading to second is the first Avenger. He can do this all day. It's a 2-out double for Chris Evans. Here's the replay. Don't forget to hydrate. No chance for Davis in center. Here's the replay from another angle. Bang. Next up is Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk, hitting .337. He has 23 homers and 93 RBIs. He represented the National League in this year's All-Star game at the catcher position. And he's out in front of the cut fastball. Swing, strike 1. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Welcome to the stream. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Ground ball up the middle and through, rounding third and heading home is the first Avenger. It's an RBI single for Hulk. Hulk smash, and the MCU takes an early 1-0 lead. RBI leaders in the National League, Willie Mays and Ted Williams, are fighting for the top spot, but as you can see, Mark Ruffalo with 94, just got his 94th RBI, is on the list. Next up, playing first base today is Chadwick Boseman, the late great Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther. And he's late on the fastball and skies it to right. Routine play for Conforto, and the side is retired. But an RBI single by the Hulk puts the Avengers on the board first after an inning of baseball here at Crosley Field. It's the Hollywood Avengers 1, the Philadelphia Phillies 0. So we go to the top of the second. Up steps Chris Bryant, third baseman, hitting .291. He has 18 homers and 54 runs batted in. Thor sets and delivers. Just gets a piece, strike 1. Chris Bryant is a World Series champion with the Chicago Cubs. That's a line drive. Racing over the shoulder catch. Nice play by Bucky Barnes in left for the first out. Defensive alignment for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right is Sebastian Stan, Don Cheadle, and Dave Bautista. In the infield, Benedict Cumberbatch, Anthony Mackie, Tom Holland, Chadwick Boseman playing first base today, with Chris Evans behind home plate. Next up, Ben Zobrist, 298, 17 homers, 69 runs batted in. Swing and a miss. 96 on the radar gun. That's strike one. Out in front of the split-fingered fastball. 2 quick strikes on Zobrist. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Ben. That's out number 2, the second strikeout of the game for Thor, Odin's son. Here's the replay.
The designated hitter, Tommy Ruffalo.
So 2 down, up steps Tommy LaStella, 288, 16 homers, 60 RBIs, the designated hitter. Fastball in there, strike one. Fly ball to right center field. There is Don Cheadle. James Rhodes makes the catch to retire the side after an inning and a half. It's 1-0. Avengers lead. Leading off the bottom of the second is Drax the Destroyer, Dave Bautista. He's hitting .319, 12 homers, 59 RBIs. Comes a pitch from Morton. Inside ball one. Fastball outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Dave Bautista is a former WWE professional wrestler. Same name. And he's late on the high fastball, fouls it back. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Jams him in on his hands, skies it to medium right field. Conforto makes the catch 1 away. Defensive alignment for the Phillies in the outfield from left to right. You have Ted Williams, Eric Davis, Michael Conforto. In the infield, Chris Bryant, Ahmed Rosario, Ben Zobrist, Willie Stargell with Francisco Cervelli behind home plate. Up next for the Avengers is the Sorcerer Supreme, Benedict Cumberbatch, hitting .308 on the season. Backs him off the plate, ball one. Benedict is a part-time player. Plays a little first, a little second, third. Ground ball fielded by Stargell. Running play by Morton. He covers in time, 2 away.
Batting in, the center fielder, number 10.
Next up is the War Machine, Don Cheadle, 280, 10 homers, 54 RBIs. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Morton. Swing and a miss, the high fastball, strike one. 1-0 here in the second for the Avengers. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. So after today, a big 3-game matchup at the Dodgers. And he pops him up the elevator shaft. Right in front of home plate is Cervelli, makes the catch, and the side is retired. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Charlie Morton. After 2 innings of baseball, 1-0 MCU. Those guys are not calling the game. This guy's calling the game. I'm RC Robbin. This is Avengers Baseball. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Oh, that's a deep drive. And nobody's getting that one. We have a tie ball game. Oh, my goodness. Conforto's 18th homer of the season. A solo shot. And the ball game is tied at 1. Avengers, since the All-Star break, have been losing a lot. Oof. Completely out of Crosley Field. Next up, Francisco Cervelli, 254, a homer, 7 RBIs. This is the backup catcher.
Francisco Cervelli.
Giving a day off to Gary Sanchez. Fastball outside corner, strike one. Slider in there, strike two. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. And he jams him, fouls it back. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And there's 1 away. 3rd strikeout of the game for Thor.
The batter, number 44.
Lineup turns over. Eric Davis steps up. 2nd plate appearance. And double up the first base line in his first at bat. Swing and a miss at the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Count is 0-1. Couldn't catch up to it. Low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Just gets a piece of the splitter. Count is 1-2. Eric Davis played in the 80s and 90s for the Cincinnati Reds. He was an all-star. Not a Hall of Famer, but an all-star. Grounder to second, fielded by Holland. Spidey throws to first, and there's 2 away.
The batter,
2 down, up steps Ahmed Rosario, who's 4 for 15 in this series with a homer. 0 for 1 today. Fastball in there, strike 1. Ground ball past the mound. Bare hands, throws to first in time. Gorgeous play by Tom Holland. But it's Michael Conforto's solo homer in this inning. After 2.5, we have a tie ball game. This is Avengers Baseball. Next up for the Avengers here in the bottom of the 3rd is Sebastian Stan in a bit of a slump. 2 for his last 17. Overall, he's hitting .262. 7 homers, 27 RBIs. Pitch from Morton. And he slices it down the right field line. Foul. And that's a drive to left. Deep drive, but playable for the splinter. Ted Williams makes the catch 1 away. It's a 1-1 game here in the 3rd. Lineup turns over for the Avengers. It's Anthony Mackie. 0 for 1 with a flyout. Low, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
Mackie was hitless yesterday. 0 for 3. Fouls it back. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike.
Nope.
2-1. Outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count. On deck is Spider-Man, Tom Holland. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Ball 4, so it's a 1-out walk. And the manager of the Phillies doesn't like. Oh boy, they're not pleased. Nevertheless, runner at first has a lot of speed. They're gonna have to keep an eye on him. Up next is Tom Holland. He's 0 for 1. Mackie takes a big lead at first. Throw to first. Ground ball 6, 4, 3, double play. And the side is retired. So we've played 3 innings of baseball. This ball game is tied at 1. We go to the top of the 4th. Up steps Ted Williams, 0 for 1. Facing him is Chris Hemsworth.
Ted Williams.
And he yanks it. Foul. Ted was in left field, the starting left fielder for the National League in this year's All-Star game. Inside corner. Count is 0-2 on Ted Williams. He played in the 40s and 50s for the Boston Red Sox. fouls it off. Stinking fastball. Count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. Chases a fastball. Strike takes him out of his zone. That's a strikeout number 4 for Hemsworth.
The first baseman, number
You don't
8.
see that from Ted Williams, one of the best hitters to ever play this game. Next up, Willie Stargell, struck out in his first at-bat. Strike 1. So Chris Hemsworth is 16-5, leads the ball club in wins. He's been trying. Line drive caught by Dr. Strange over there at third for the second out. Nice play by Benedict Cumberbatch. So Chris Hemsworth has been looking for his 17th win for 3 starts now. This is try number 4. 2 out, space is empty here in the top of the 4th. Chris Bryant lined out in his last at-bat. He is 0 for 1. And he grounds it foul. Swing and a miss. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Shallow drive to center, and it's going to dunk in there for a hit. 2 out single. Just a flare to short center field.
Now batting, the second baseman, Ben.
Next up, Ben Zobrist struck out in the second. Runner at first, 2 down. And that's a deep drive headed towards the gap. That's going to be in there, and it's going to one hop to the wall. He's rounding third and heading home. Here's the relay to the plate. Oh no, he holds up. He holds up, and it'll be second and third.
Now batting,
Third base coach gave him the stop sign.
Ruffalo.
So it'll be second and third with 2 away. Bang. So next up is the DH, Tommy Lestrella. 0 for 1.
Nope.
Low, ball 1.
All 1, no play. Hey.
At the knees, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike to Lestrella. 7 for his last 17. It's a 4-12 clip. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. 98 on the radar gun. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Hemsworth is 1 strike away from getting out of this jam. Just misses the inside corner. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. It's a tie ball game here in the 4th. Here comes the pitch from Thor. And he fouls it back. Lines it. Foul. Count remains 2-2. And that's a line drive. Foul. That was almost a 2-run double. And a 3-run lead. 3-1 lead, pardon me. And he skies it the other way. Sebastian Stan makes the catch to retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Here at Crosley, this is still a tie ball game. Stepping up to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th is Chris Evans, who had a double and a run scored in his first at-bat.
Chris Evans.
High ball 1. Down and in near the shoe tops. Count is 2 balls and no strikes to Evans. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Fastball in there. Strike 1. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And that's a line drive over the head of the second baseman. And in there for a leadoff single. He can do this all day. That's his 2nd hit of the ball game. Hits leaders on the Avengers. Tom Holland or Spider-Man leads the team. Evans is now has 132 for 3rd place. Next up, Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk. Outside ball 1. Evans leads off first. 1-1 game here in the 4th. And he pulls it foul. Mark is 8 for his last 20. That's a 400 clip. So he's doing well. Out in front of the curveball, swinging and miss. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Hulk. Again, runner leads off first. Grounder to third, over to second for 1, back to first. Another double play. And there's 2 outs, and the bases are empty. And you can just hear the murmur through the crowd. They are just not getting it done in these situations. Nice play by Chris Bryant. Over to Ben Zobrist. And then to Willie Stargell. Next up is the late, great Chadwick Boseman. He's hitting .331. He's 14 homers and 56 RBIs. We lost Chadwick to colon cancer in 2020. May he rest in peace. Out in front of the cut fastball, swing and a miss. Strike 1. Chadwick played Black Panther in the MCU. T'Challa. Inside and low. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Curveball nicks the inside corner. Count is 1 and 2. Nasty pitch. Line drive the other way. It's a 2-out single. Wakanda forever. And this bottom of the 4th will continue for the Avengers. Batting leaders for teams in the National League. As you can see, the Avengers lead all teams with a .308 team batting average. Phillies 282. Next up, Dave Bautista. 0 for 1 today. And he pulls it foul for strike 1. And he's going. Pitches ball high. Throwdown is not in time. It's a stolen base for T'Challa, Black Panther. And there'll be a runner in scoring position for the Avengers here with 2 outs. Single could break this 1-1 tie. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Bautista. And he pulls it, foul. Count is 1 and 2. Boseman leads off second. 2 outs. Outside, count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Did he swing? No, he did not, according to the first base umpire. Count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th, 1-1 tie. Runner leads off second. And that's a ground ball from his knees. Zobrist throws to first in time, and the side is retired. Nice play by Ben Zobrist at second. So 4 innings of baseball. This ball game remains tied at 1. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Michael Conforto steps up here in the top of the 5th. Responsible for the runs on the board for the Phillies with a solo homer in his last at-bat. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Ground ball fielded by Black Panther. Steps on the bag, and there's 1 away.
Now batting, the catcher.
Next up, Francisco Cervelli. Struck out in the 3rd. He is 0 for 1. Fouls it upstairs beyond home plate. Strike 1. That ball is skied to left. There is the Winter Soldier. Stan makes the catch. 2 away. Lineup turns over once again for the Philadelphia Phillies. Eric Davis steps in. He's 1 for 2 with a double in the 1st inning. 2 outs, bases empty. Low, ball 1. And he fouls off the sinking fastball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Inside part of the plate, swing and a miss, 1 and 2. tied him up inside. And he's late on the breaking ball, slicing out of play. The count will remain 1-2. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out. And the side is retired. It's 4.5 here at Crosley Field. Still, we've got a tie ball game. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. Up steps Dr. Stephen Strange, also known as Benedict Cumberbatch in the real world. 0 for 1. Pitch is low from Charlie Morton. Ball 1. Outside corner, painted the edge. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Curveball outside, 2-1. Ball game is tied at 1 here in the bottom of the fifth. And that is a line drive headed towards the right center field gap. It is Gonzo. That is a solo home run. The first major league home run of the career of Benedict Cumberbatch. He is Dr. Stephen Strange. And this ball game is now 2-1. Avengers lead. Dr. Stephen Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme. Here's the replay. Bang. I thought Eric Davis, the center fielder, was going to catch this ball. Surprised that if he'd gotten there earlier, he might have been able to pull it back. Next up, Don Cheadle. Popped out in the second. He's 0 for 1. And he slices it. It is out of the reach of Chris Bryant at third. Foul territory, strike 1. So it's 2-1 MCU here in the bottom of the fifth. Here comes the pitch. High, 1 ball and 1 strike. Line drive caught by Ahmed Rosario at shortstop, and that's the first out. Hit it on the nose. Next up, Sebastian Stan, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out in the third inning. Deep drive, but pitch is outside, ball 1. Ground ball fielded by Zobrist in time, 2 away.
Now that number 9.
2 outs, bases empty. Up steps Anthony Mackie. He walked in the 30s. 0 for 9 in this series. 0 for 1 officially today. Needs a hit in the worst way. Fouls off the curveball, strike. Late on the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Mackie.
I got to count 1 and 2.
Down and in the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Check the swing. Again, down and in. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the fifth. 2-1 lead for the MCU. And that's a line drive base hit, his first hit of this series. 2 out single. And Mackie has a walk and a single today. Here's the replay. Needs to get back in on stride. Next up, Tom Holland. Been in a little bit of a slump himself lately. He's 4 for 12 for the series, which is not bad, but he's been hitting .375 all year. So .333 is actually, again, throw to first. It's actually a slow week for him. Holland is 0 for 2 today. And he hits a drive, and that ball could be in the gap. It is caught to retire the side. Nice play by Eric Davis to run that down in the left center field gap. At the end of 5, though, it is an official ball game. Thank you to the solo homer by Anthony Mackie. It's the Avengers leading 2-1. So we go to the top of the 6th. Up steps Ahmed Rosario, who's 0 for 2.
Shortstop, Ahmed Rosario.
And he swings at the first pitch and skies it to right. There is Batista. And that's the first out.
Up next for Philadelphia.
ERA leaders in the National League. Chris Hemsworth leads the league with 2.47. No one else even comes close. Next up, the splendid splinter, Ted Williams, 0 for 2. Struck out in his last at-bat. Fouls it back, strike 1. He's over the century mark in runs batted in with 2 months left to play. Chases a sinking fastball, and the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Ted. Strike 3 called, inside corner. And that's strikeout number 6 for Chris Hemsworth. See the location.
The first baseman, number 8.
Oh, that's on the corner. 2 outs, up steps Willie Stargell, 0 for 2. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate, strike 1. So it's a 2-1 lead for the Avengers here in the top of the 6th. In there, strike 2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7 to retire the side. 6 innings for Hemsworth, 5.5 for the game. It's 2-1. Avengers lead. So you go to the bottom of the 6th. Chris Evans steps up to lead off. He's 2 for 2 today. He's got the average up to 322 on the season.
Chris Evans.
Outside ball 1. In the Phillies bullpen, Paul Sewald, the right-hander, and the lefty Brent Suter are getting loose. Outside corner painted to black. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside 2-1. Just gets a piece of the curve. Count evens at 2-2. 2-1 lead here in the 6th. The Avengers are fighting for a four-game tie. Oh, that ball is high. It is far, but caught at the warning track by Michael Conforto for out number 1. Gave it a ride, but it's a lot of real estate out there in right field. Next up, Mark Ruffalo, 1 for 2 with an RBI single today. Breaking ball low and outside, ball 1. They're trying to tie this series at 2 games apiece with a win today. Ground ball, fielded, fired, got him. What a play by Ben Zobrist for out number 2. Gave up the body, threw him out from his knees. Here's the replay. So 2 away, bases empty, up steps Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, 1 for 2 with a single. High and tight, ball 1. Outside ball 2. Swing and a miss at the 2-0 fastball. 2-1. And that's his line drive base hit up the middle. 2-out single for Black Panther. Oh, he's going for second, and he'll get thrown out at second. And the side will be retired. Foolish decision. Trying to get into scoring position with 2 outs. At the end of 6 innings of play, it's the Hollywood Avengers 2, the Philadelphia Phillies 1. So we go to the top of the 7th inning. Chris Bryant's 1 for 2 with a single. Hemsworth is still out there. Fastball in there, strike 1. It's going for win number 17. Sinking fastball finds the outside corner. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Just gets a piece of the splitter to stay alive. And he pulls the two-seam fastball hard down the left field line, out of play. Ground ball through the left side. It is a leadoff single. The tying run is now on base for the Phillies. Here in the top of the 7th. Replay. Hard ground ball. Next up, bends over, switching her for hitting from the left side. 1 for 2. And he, shallow fly ball. Charging in is Sebastian Stan. He makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Next up, DH Tommy Lestrella, 0 for 2. And he fouls it off the fastball, strike 1. Swing and a miss at the splitter. 2 quick strikes on Lestrella. Strike 3 called. Lestrella didn't like it. He thought it was high. Nevertheless, that's strikeout number 8 on the season for Thor. Here's the replay. Too close to take with 2 strikes. Next up is Conforto. Conforto has a solo homer today. Responsible for the only run on the scoreboard. Grounds it. Takes it himself. Knocks it down. Nice play by the Black Panther to retire the side. So get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game. 2-1 lead for the Avengers. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Taking over pitching duties for the Phillies is Paul Sewald, the left-hander. 4-3 with a 6.50 earned run average. He will face Dave Bautista, Drax the Destroyer from the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. And it's a bouncer to the left side, fielded by Bryant. 1 pitch, 1 away. Next up, Benedict Cumberbatch, solo homer in the 5th. The go-ahead run. Fastball outside, ball 1. His first homer of the season, first homer of his career. Misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes to the Sorcerer Supreme. And that ball is high and deep, but playable this time for Conforto and right. 2 away. Just got under it. Next up, Don Cheadle. He's 0 for 2. Average is dipped to 279. It's probably his lowest mark. And he pops it up. At home plate, Cervelli makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Sewald. And we played 7 here at Crosley. It's the Avengers leading 2-1. Leading off the top of the 8th, Francisco Cervelli was 1 for 6 in this series, 0 for 2 today. At the knees, strike 1. Lines it, foul. Count is 0-2. Grounder up the middle and through. It's a ground ball with eyes. Leadoff single for Francisco Cervelli. And they have the tying run at first here with nobody out. 6-game hitting streak for Cervelli. Lineup turns over, and now he has to deal with the dangerous Eric Davis, who doubled in his first at-bat. He is 1 for 3. Outside corner, strike 1. Eric, with 1 swing of the bat, can give them the lead. Jams him behind home plate. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Ground ball past him and into center field. So 2 on and nobody out. And we're going to have to get somebody up in the bullpen. 2 ground balls with eyes right up the middle. No chance for Tom Holland at second to come up with that. So Ahmed Rosario steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 3, 4 for 17 in the series. Manager, bullpen. Jeremy Renner and Paul Bettany are going to warm up. Pops it up. So he failed at the bunt opportunity, and there's one away. Popped up the bunt. Nice play jumping out of his crouch is Chris Evans. So Ted Williams, they're not going to ask him to bunt. He's 0 for 3. Struck out, but he's hitting .347. He leads the league in homers. He has over 100 RBIs. Just misses inside ball one. Ted's hitting .311 with runners in scoring positions. So that's 30 points lower than his season average. And he hits a fly ball to left center field. Racing over is Don Cheadle. He makes the catch, and there's 2 away. And the stadium breathes a sigh of relief, but there are still 2 away and a chance for the Phillies to take the lead. Willie Stargell. He's 0 for 3 today, but he's got a big stick. Fastball 98 on the radar gun in there for strike 1. Willie's hitting only .224 with runners in scoring position. Runners lead off first and second. Fouls it off the split finger fastball, and the count is 0-2 on Stargell. And Hemsworth is 1 strike away from getting out of this jam. Misses inside with the slider, 1-2. Attendance here at Crosley Field, 26,715. This is a minor league ballpark, so that's a sellout. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 8 innings for Hemsworth. He leads 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. So, leading off the bottom of the 8th for the Avengers is Sebastian Stan. He is 0 for 2.
The left fielder, number 16.
And that's a line drive. Caught by Conforto in right. 1 away.
Now batting.
The Avengers have had difficulty scoring runs lately. So, up next is Anthony Mackie, who's 1 for 2 in this game. 1 for 2 with a single. And it's off the end of the bat. Lazy fly ball to right. Conforto makes the second out as well. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 8th. So 2 outs, bases empty. Spider-Man Tom Holland, 0 for 3. Steps up. Just gets a piece of the fastball. Strike 1. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. 2 quick strikes on Spidey. Peter Parker. That's a drive, but looks like it'll hang up there for Eric Davis for the final out. And we will go to the 9th inning, last licks for the Phillies. It's 2-1, Avengers. Thanks for watching. Leading off here in the top of the 9th, Chris Bryant is 2 for 3. Hemsworth is still out there. Fastball inside corner, strike 1. In the bullpen, they are warming up. The lefty, Paul Bettany, the righty closer, Jeremy Renner. Outside, off the plate, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. I'm sure any sign of trouble, and they will call for help. That ball is high. It's got a chance. It is far. Back goes. Oh, he makes the catch as he collides with the wall. What a great play by Sebastian Stan. For out number 1. They need to show a replay of that. Collides with the wall to make the catch. That's easily a double, if not a triple. So next up is Ben Zobrist, who's 1 for 3 with a double. Fouls it back, strike 1. Jams him inside with the sinking fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. And that's a deep drive, but playable in the right center field gap. Cheadle is there to make the catch. There are 2 away here in the 9th, and the Philadelphia Phillies are down to their final out of the game. Representing the final out of the game is Tommy Lestrella, who is 0 for 3. Struck out in the 7th. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, deep in the hole, long throw, cut the check. In time. Side retired, ball game over. Complete game win for Thor, Odin's son, and the Avengers win 2-1. And they split this 4-game series, 2 games apiece. That's win number 71 on the season for the Avengers, as they prepare for a very important 3-game set against the Los Angeles Dodgers. So they're 71-42 on the season. Chris Hemsworth gets win number 17. He's 17-5. Charlie Morton gets the loss. Tough luck loser. Chris Hemsworth, obviously, complete game. 7 hits, 9 strikeouts, 1 earned run. He is the player of the game. And this has been a broadcast of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I will see you again soon.
36 minutes.